The most beautiful stories always start with wreckage. I do not live for what the world thinks of me, but for what I think of myself. Limited minds can recognize limitations only in others. You can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club. Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but sometimes, playing a poor hand well. The proper function of man is to live, not to exist. I shall not waste my days in trying to prolong them. I shall use my time. There's only one way to make a beginning, and that is to begin, and begin with hard work, and patience, prepared for all the disappointments. It is so much easier to live placidly and complacently. Of course, to live placidly and complacently is not to live at all. You look back and see how hard you worked and how poor you were, and how desperately anxious you were to succeed, and all you can remember is how happy you were. A bone to the dog is not charity. Charity is the bone shared with a dog, when you are just as hungry as the dog. Intelligent men are cruel. Stupid men are monstrously cruel. Too much is written by the men who can't write about the men who do write. Show me a man with a tattoo and I'll show you a man with an interesting past. Life is so short. I would rather sing one song than interpret 1,000. The game of life is good, though all of life may be hurt, and though all lives lose the game in the end. Desire is a pain which seeks easement through possession. As one grows weaker, one is less susceptible to suffering. There is less hurt because there is less to hurt. Man rarely places a proper valuation upon his womankind, at least not until deprived of them. Life achieves its summit when it does to the uttermost that which it was equipped to do. There is an ecstasy that marks the summit of life, and beyond which life cannot rise. And such is the paradox of living. This ecstasy comes when one is most alive, and it comes as a complete forgetfulness that one is alive. The aim of life was meat. Life itself was meat. Life lived on life. There were the eaters and the eaten. If cash comes with fame, come fame. If cash comes without fame, come cash. And how have I lived? Frankly and openly, though crudely. I have not been afraid of life. I have not shrunk from it. I have taken it for what it was at its own valuation. And I have not been ashamed of it. Just as it was mine. His conclusion was that things were not always what they appeared to be. The cub's fear of the unknown was an inherited distrust, and it had now been strengthened by experience. Thenceforth, in the nature of things, he would possess an abiding distrust of appearances. It's better to stand by someone's side than by yourself.